Hi Jamie, cheers for coming on today, mate.
Hi Jay, you right?
How you doing? You good, yeah?
Yeah, all good, mate. Cheers.
Good, mate. I can see you're wearing a nice hoodie there. Do you reckon you can show me what it says on there?
Yes, my gym hoodie,
Yeah,
double K,
brilliant, mate.
uh, Macron, Raw Instinct, eating meals on there as well to sponsor me, help me out.
Brilliant, mate. That's good to
All
know.
local, all local businesses.
Sweet, mate. So giving back to the community is always nice.
Yeah, always.
Basically, just wanted to start with what inspired you to begin your fitness journey.
Well, I was lifting heavy weights, playing football, kind of enjoying it. Not really into it a great deal. But I was playing football from a young age. Wanted to do something a little bit different. More so to get in a bit better shape. But then after a couple of months doing the kickboxing, kind of going more edging towards the K1, K1 with the knees, low kicks and all that. I kind of got hooked on it really, and then quit football, packed that in, left that behind, and left the weights behind, and just knuckled down really.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. And sort of like touching on the sense of obviously you trimmed down. You know, you're looking in good shape. What sort of motivated you to keep training and maintain that shape? Was it just dedication
Yeah,
to the sport?
yeah. Well, to be honest, obviously I started doing it to get in a bit better shape, and quite quickly that wasn't really the reason behind it. Once I got into it, the reason behind it, I had my first fight, done all right. Had my second fight a month later, done it a bit better. Had my third fight a few months later. That was a loss, but to be honest, that loss was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Fought someone that was a lot better than me. Taught me a lesson. Busted my nose up, broke
Yeah,
my nose badly. Had a few months out, and then all of those three first fights were kickboxing. Always wanted to go K1, so left kickboxing behind, and then had started amateur K1, and then yeah, that was it really. It all kind of just took over.
yeah. Oh, brilliant. So sort of what's your daily routine like? So like, what sort of things do you do? I'm assuming you're not in the gym lifting weights now. You're doing sort of pad work and stuff.
No, I do a bit. I do a bit of strength and conditioning.
Yeah,
I have to be a bit careful how much of that I do, because I'm fighting at weights where I do have to cut a bit of weight. If you don't cut that weight, you end up fighting people that are a lot bigger than you, which obviously you don't really want to be doing.
nah,
But I do a bit of strength and conditioning with a guy called Adam Baxter. Adam Baxter, he's a personal trainer.
yeah,
He takes me on about 6 weeks leading up to a fight. 4 or 5 weeks hard training, and then drop that out sort of 2 weeks before the fight. I also, the other side of it that I do is Raw Instinct. They
yeah,
sponsor me. Damon Robinson, he's one of my good mates as well. He does more. He does more than just taking care of the training I need. He kind of helps me out in a lot of different areas. He actually took me to my last weigh-in, which was in London.
yeah,
And he always makes sure that my weight is where it needs to be, because without someone keeping an eye on things, it can sort of, when you've got a lot of things going on, the weight cut is quite hard.
yeah.
Well, it's quite hard anyway. So it's good to have people like him helping out, and obviously he sponsors me as well. So yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, have you got sort of someone sponsoring you for your meals as well? Like, to
Yeah,
help you out?
I've got a company called Eating Meals. They're a local company. They haven't been going for that long. A guy called Casper's, and Richard and Katie Martin,
Yeah,
and they supply me with meals all through the week. So
nice.
I literally don't I don't have to do any cooking,
Yeah,
which
which
is
is always
good,
good.
because
Yeah,
before, when I was cutting weight before, I was spending like 2 hours a day in the kitchen, and
yeah,
I haven't got that much time now. Especially I've got a little boy as well. Got fiance, so I don't really want to be cooking all day long. So
Yeah.
yeah, they help me out. They help me out a lot as well. But they're my most recent sponsor. They started sponsoring me after my last amateur fight, which was at the end of November 2015, and they've been very good, very supportive since then as well.
Yeah. So obviously through social media, I've noticed that you're starting now to sort of do your own classes and you're networking with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to sort of go and sort of start doing work in the industry that you're in now?
Well, I don't class it as work. I used to, I got a day job. Got a day job working in the office. Family business, which I actually enjoy. It's become more of a hobby now because
Yeah.
I'm part time doing that. So that makes that better
Yeah.
to get into work, more motivated. But I've always done personal training like yourself, but it's obviously been directed more towards holding pads for people that want to learn boxing. Obviously, mainly K1 kickboxing for me, but I do have a lot of boxers that train with me.
Yeah.
So the transition from being a fighter and then starting the actual gym itself was something that's quite a scary thing to do officially, but the actual gym's been trading for about 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
I think we've got, including the kids we've got signed up monthly, we've got about 20 members, and they all pay monthly.
Nice.
Everyone seems to love what they do. I just do for them what my coach does for me up in London when I go up there. So my daily routine consists of getting up, going train in the morning, coming back, doing half a day's work with my father and my brothers in the office.
Yeah.
Come home, see my boy, see my fiance, and then get back out there and get into the gym. But I don't really want to be doing that every night. So I've taken on two separate boxing coaches, both really well known boxing gyms as well.
Yeah.
Both have actually helped with me in my training in the last sort of 2 to 3 years, on and off. One of them's John Verlander. People might know him from the West Hill Boxing Club. Probably I'd say it's the most well known and the best boxing club in this area.
Yeah.
He obviously still coaches at the West Hill, but he helps us out, and he's doing really good things for us. And then I've just taken on a guy called George Brindle, who again he has trained me in the past. He's been in it for I don't know how many years, but I'm pretty sure it's over 25 years.
Wow.
Might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is about that long. He actually was the ABA coach for Keddle's boxing gym in Orpington, which is a very well known gym. He lives in Robertsbridge, so it's when you're doing stuff for free and you're travelling that distance, you can't carry on doing it forever. So
Yeah.
I've basically given him a chance to come down, work with my boys, earn a bit of money while doing something that he loves as well. And it also means that I've got 2 extra days in the week where I haven't got to do anything in the evenings.
Yeah. Spend time with the family or whatever.
Yeah, because things do get busy, but you've got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. So sort of, what are your future plans and goals right now? Like, what's going on with you?
I haven't got any definite future plans set in place. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing now. I'm looking to stay active this year. My last fight was a bit of a funny one because I moved gyms. I was training for a gym in Hastings called Fighting Tigers. I left the gym for various reasons. Won't go into that. Been working with a guy called Kieran Keddle, who's very well known in Thai boxing world, and also Charlie Peters. Them two actually have trained me on and off for about 2 years anyway, because leading up to my amateur fights, I used to go part-time at work, so I used to travel up to London. I used to train with Charlie mainly, who helped me out a lot. I took a lot from him, but I wasn't part of the team up there all the time. I was doing one-to-ones, going up there for private tuition work. After Christmas, I committed to joining their gym, and they welcomed me in, and made me feel like one of them. And I think that first fight I had, the first pro fight I had with Double K, I was very nervous. I was very had a lot of things going on, with changing. But now, this camp that I've just had has been perfect. I've got, probably, counting just off the top of my head, I've probably got 5 or 6 coaches up there who are also my training partners.
Yeah, which is nice.
Most of them have won at least a couple of world titles at professional level. So you can't, to be honest, you just can't beat that. And
No.
It's stuff that's done in, train up there every single morning up there. Every single morning, it's the same thing. The right faces. People travel for a long way to travel to that gym.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at now. I'm just keeping active, trying to make a mark in the pro rankings, ideally.
Yeah.
And get a few fights under my belt before the end of the summer, really, because I don't want to fight over Christmas. I have cut months off over Christmas.
Yeah.
Doesn't appeal to me. It's harder to cut the weight off as well when it's cold weather.
Definitely. So obviously, in the sense of things as well, you've got a pro fight at the O2 on Saturday. Is that right? Am I right there?
Yeah. I've got that's this Saturday. Saturday coming. Same place as my first one. So the first one, obviously, like I said, I was very nervous. It was all new to me. But now I feel a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better place going into this fight. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I've got a good opponent. He's I think he's been in Thailand for about 10 weeks training. So but to be honest, Thailand is good, but I'd prefer to go and train at Double K in Thailand, because I feel that I've got everything that I would have in Thailand up there anyway.
Makes sense.
That's the level of the gym. So I'm happy. I'm ready to try and take him out.
Yeah. Have you? Obviously, I know that John Wayne Parr's headlining the event on the weekend. Have you managed to speak to him, because he's quite a big deal, isn't he? Like.
Yeah, well, I haven't spoken to him, but he's a big name. I think he's like 10 times world champion.
Nice.
If you're into Thai boxing, John Wayne Parr. He's from Australia, so it's a massive thing, him coming over here to fight in London. He's fighting a guy. I think he's a Greek guy. I think he's called Kaponis. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. So that's looking to be good. That's a headline main event, and he's actually going to be coming down to Hastings to do a seminar on the following Wednesday, which will be next Wednesday, which is the 15th. So anyone who's Thai boxing fan wants to come along, but it is, well, saying that, it's I only confirmed the booking on Sunday, as it was a last minute kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the spaces have, obviously, as you can imagine, they've filled up so fast, but there is still spaces going.
So are you hosting that at your place?
Yeah, well, I haven't actually got my own gym, which I own. I rent 3 different gyms off of 3 different people, and the one that I rent off of a guy called Ed Lofts. He's helped me quite a bit with setting up the gym, setting up my own gym. He's got a lovely place. Which is just 2 minutes away from my house. It's a huge setup. You can't really get better when it comes to a gym. I rent that off him on Mondays and Wednesdays to train my K1 and my Thai kickboxers. And that's where we'll be hosting the seminar. It'll run on the Wednesday at 7:30. Wednesday the 15th at 7:30 till about 9:30.
Nice.
And that will be running instead of the Wednesday class. So should be a good night.
Brilliant. Do you want to just mention your sponsors quickly, like who's sponsoring you again, just so we can get that?
Yeah, I've got, like I said, Raw Instinct Gym in Hastings. They're mainly, they actually specialise in getting people ready for stage shows. You got Damon down there. Oh, sorry, mate. Something just flashed up on my screen. You got Damon Robinson down there. And his other half, Rebecca Selby, she actually competed on, I think it's UK BBF. Quite a big stage show. That was about a month ago, I think. It was only 7-8 months after having a baby. You know, Damon got her in great shape. They're a great gym to go down to. Very, very reasonable in price as well. Then you've got Macron, who are a big Macron on my shoulder. Macron, that's Dave Henham. Also Super Stitch 86. They're local. Macron's a big name in football and a lot of other sports, but he helps me out a hell of a lot, and he's also hopefully branching him into getting more involved in the fight world, because he actually sponsors the Double K clothing as well.
Nice.
Possibly getting him involved on Muay Thai Grand Prix, which is the show at the O2 that I'm fighting on. Then you've got, like I said earlier, Eating Meals. They supply ready-made meals weekly for people. They're great. You don't have to do any cooking, any prepping. You don't have to think about what you're eating. You don't have to go buy it from the shop. It's all there delivered to you every couple of days. I've also got a couple of other sponsors which I took on very recently. Like I mentioned him earlier, Adam Baxter. He's my conditioning coach. That's obviously the sponsorship deal. He conditions me, and he's a personal trainer. Been a personal trainer for probably over 10 years now. And then you've got a lady called Kaylee Large, who she actually does sports massage treatments. She sorts me out and makes sure that I haven't got any injuries, or not that I've got any injuries, but that I'm not letting them linger, and treats me sort of once a week leading up to my fights, which is a massive help, because every single one of those people is saving me money, and I wouldn't be able to do what I do without sponsors. Simply wouldn't be able to go and travel to London every couple of days and do what I need to do without them. So yeah, they help me a lot, and they're all local as well, which is better.
Yeah, that's obviously.
And they're all good friends as well. It's all good.
Yeah, no, it's nice building a little network within your own community and sort of giving something back is always good.
Yeah, well, I've got like I said, I've got about 20 members at the gym now after about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And starting a gym for me was something that I've always avoided, because it's a big thing to do. But then now I've done it, it does keep me busy, and it sometimes is a bit much. But then I'm doing something I love, and I'm creating classes that I can actually do myself. I'm bringing in guys to work with my fighters, who have actually got a lot more experience than me.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a fighter to be a really good coach. And all these guys are really helping my lads out, and all of my lads are going to be people that are going to use my sponsors, support my sponsors, which all helps. It all goes round in one big circle.
Yeah. All right, mate.
I've also got one other guy. I forgot to mention him earlier. Strictly speaking, he's not one of my coaches, but he's someone that's helping them out a hell of a lot at the moment. I have a lot of one-to-one bookings. People want to hit pads for an hour with me quite often. And at the weekends, I'm more or less booked myself up too much. Obviously, leading up to my fights, you can't hold pads every Saturday and Sunday because it wears you out. So yeah, a guy called James Creaser. In my opinion, he's got the full ticket, but he helps my guys with the Muay Thai side of things. I'm a K1 fighter, but there's a lot more to Muay Thai than everyone thinks. That K1 and Muay Thai is similar. It's not. There's a lot more to Thai than the K1 side, and he has a lot of knowledge. So he's he's coming in, working with my guys once a week. Saves my shoulders, saves me getting too tired, and he's also training me. He's also training me about 3 hours a week now as well. So it's good to have someone like him in my hometown, so that obviously I can't go and train with Kieran up at Double K every single day.
Yeah.
So the days that I'm not going up there, I've got, I've more than got that covered now, that was always something that I was worried about with moving the gyms. You leave one gym, you're leaving a commitment that they had to you, and joining another. But now I've got somebody there that I can 100% trust, and I'm actually really looking forward to the next sort of year working with James, because he's going to bring a lot to my game, and I've only probably done about 3 weeks so far with him, but the hours that I've worked with him in the last 3 weeks have been ridiculous when it comes to how much I've taken on. So yeah, and I think that's about everyone. Do
you want to give me a quick rundown on sort of your championships that you've won in obviously K1 and Muay Thai and that? It's all K1. I won. They're all amateur belts. I had a good amateur run. I think I had about 14 amateur K1 fights. I won 13 of them, and I drew one of them. I didn't actually lose a K1 fight on the amateur rankings, which I was quite happy with. Yeah, that's good.
I won an IKF Southern Area title at 72 kilos.
Nice.
That was in 2013. That was November 2013. It's gone fast.
Yeah.
Beat a guy called Scott Baker from Semtex. Then I had my next Southern Area, which was an ICO Southern Area title. That was against a Lithuanian guy called Linus, and that was at a lighter weight. That was my first weight at 69 kilos. Won that, and then about 8 weeks later, I had a rematch with a guy from Barnsley called Jamie Clark.
Yeah.
Which was probably my favourite fight. Went up to Barnsley, main event, took him out, and that was the best moment probably that I've had so far in the game.
Nice.
And then I had a little boy. Who's nearly 18 months now. So I didn't actually train for about 6 months. Got back into training sort of mid 2015, and then I fought a guy called Rory Evans, who was tough. He was unbeaten in 17 fights, boxing, K1, and MMA. Really tough guy. Beat one of my teammates. He also knocked out one of my other teammates a few years before, so it was, I had to basically beat him. That was in Hastings as well, on the home show.
Nice.
At the time. I'd done 5 rounds with him, but I beat him, and that was a British title. Jamie Clark was an English title. That was a British K1 title, and that was my last amateur fight. But that's about it. And I probably won't win another title for a while, because I've got to build my way up pro rankings now, which isn't an easy thing to do. But it's not even about winning titles or even winning fights now. Obviously, it's great to get a win, but I'm fighting good opposition now, so I'd rather lose to someone and take something back from that fight and work on it, than get in there, knock someone out in the second round, and go into my next fight with a big head and not really knowing what I'm doing wrong. So,
that's true. Right, mate. Well, thank you for coming on and taking the time to answer some questions.
No, thank you.
Great. And hopefully we'll catch up soon, alright?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well done on all your successes and that.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks a lot, and I'll keep in touch.
Brilliant. Take care, mate. Bye.
Cheers, Jay. Take care, mate. Bye.